Would you like an easy way to add some bling to your junk journal? Today I'm going to show you how I've decorated some paper clips with beads and different things. The easiest way to embellish a paper clip with a bead is just to slide it on the loop. And let me just take this one off and I'll show you. This is just a seed bead. And I just slide it on to the paper clip. And you want it to not be on this side because that's the part you put on the paper, and you pull it down to this end. And it's going to slide around. Well, I've had good luck with putting a little bit of E6000 on it, and I just use a toothpick and get a little bit of the glue on it. My glue's getting a little stiff. I've had it for a while. Okay, and then you just put it where you want the bead to stay. And that's kind of too much. You don't want too much because it's going to ooze out of the end of the bead. So you just slide that up on there like that. And then you have a beaded paper clip. Another way to embellish a paper clip is to bend the ends of it and make a loop on that. At one time I was making a lot of jewelry, bracelets and things, and I have my tools from that time and the beads and the findings that I used. So I'm using those now to make jewelry for my junk journals. But anyway, this pliers has a round tip on each one of the prongs. And what you do is you just get a hold of the end of the paper clip. Whoops, don't let it slide off. And you just turn it back on itself like that. And you can make it like that, or this one I curved it around even more. And you can do the inside piece and the outside piece, both of them, or you can do one or the other. I generally do the outside one, but it works with the inside one too. You could just do it. And it looks pretty when you slide it on a page. Let me just grab this journal right here. When you just put it on the page, it looks like that. And if you put a beaded paper clip on, it just adds that little bead at the end of your paper clip there. So that's a couple of ways to embellish a paper clip. These I made dangles on. This one is just a bead. For these I used a head pin. This is a head pin. It's like a straight pin that has a head on it, except it doesn't have a point on the other end. And these are head pins and eye pins. The eye pins have a loop on the end of them. Let's see if I can find one in here. That eye pin has the loop on the end of it, and then the head pin is just the head. That basically keeps your bead from sliding off. And you can get these. These are kind of a gunmetal color, and these are silver color, and they also come in gold that I've seen. And it may come in copper color too. I don't know. I haven't looked recently in the bead section. For this one, what I did is I took one of these gold beads, or two actually. These are just seed beads. I've got a lot of my supplies at Hobby Lobby. Some of my supplies came from my friend Rachel. These were some of those that she had gotten for me. And Walmart has a small bead section too, so you can find things there as well. I'm just going to use one of these simple head pins here. What I did is I put the gold bead on there, and then I put, this is kind of a round bead that I put on there next. Let's see if I have one like it here. It's just that kind. And then I put another gold one on the end like that, so that you have that kind of arrangement. And what I do is these are little clippers, and I clip it off about that short. Sometimes I get it too short and it's a little difficult. You want to be careful not to let that metal fly up in your face. And it probably would be a good idea to wear safety glasses when you're doing this, because I've broken beads. In fact, I popped one a while ago, and they can fly up in your face. So you just need to be careful about that. I have on some reading glasses right now, so I'm hoping that's sufficient to protect my eyes. I bend it over at about 90-degree angle there from the way it goes through the bead. And then I take the round pliers and grab the end of it and just start curling it back around on itself. It's a little bit fiddly, but it's not too hard to do. You can just do that, and you want to get it back where this end is close to that bead. You have to force it a little bit, but it'll get there eventually. And then you have a loop on the end of it. And you can either slide that, wants to roll away, you can either just slide that directly onto a paper clip, or you can put a jump ring on it, which is just another loop on there. I generally just slide it onto the paper clip. Some of these stationery sets that you get, I bought these on sale at Walmart a while back. They had these copper colored paper clips and also gold ones. So I like that, and it also had some shaped ones that you could embellish as well. I'll maybe show you this way. It's stars and a cactus, and that's kind of a diamond shape, and an arrow and a heart. And if you wanted to, you could add a bead maybe at the end of the heart or into the, it needs to be on the end that's not going to slide across your paper, so you have to figure out where that is that you could put the embellishment on. But that would be fun to work with also. I'll show you some other things that we can use to embellish, other paperclip styles to embellish in a minute. I want to finish this one up first, though. I just like for this to be straight, and it's bending a little bit to one side, so I'm going to straighten it up just a little bit. And then you just slide it onto the paper clip. Now on this one, I added these crimp beads on there, on the paper clip around it. And you can press them down like I did on this one. I flattened it out. And it kind of stays still a little bit. It doesn't move too much. It's still, I couldn't get it to crimp too hard on there and stop it completely. And that may just be the way the paper clip is. But it kind of holds it in place. Another thing you could do is you could put, let's just put a couple of these gold beads on there. It helps to have a mat or something to keep your beads from rolling away. It could be just a felt mat would work. Okay, put that one on, and then put your dangle on like that. And then the other bead on the other side of it. And if you want to, you can add some E6000 to these beads as well to kind of hold it in place. When you put it on your paper, that one doesn't want to go around there. That some of the beads have smaller holes than others, and that one apparently is one. Let's see if this one will work. Sometimes they don't want to go around the bend. If it's too tight a turn for them, they need to be a little bit larger. The hole needs to be a little bit larger to go around the bend in the paper clip. There. I don't know what to do about that. I got it on this one. No, those were crimp beads. I'm going to put one of these little, I'm going to try one of these little crimp beads on there. I don't know if it's going to go or not. Maybe too small. Okay, see if this will work. Okay, that one went on there fine. I'm just going to go with that and leave those on there. But I think I'm going to put a little bit E6000 on there. Or maybe I'm not. That one's kind of stiff on there, so maybe it's fine like that. You want it to be able to hang down a little bit when you slide it onto the page. Pretend like this is the page. And you just want it to hang off the edge like that. So it's the way I did those dangle beads. And I put 2 bead caps on it with some other beads above and below it, and have the crimped beads on the paper clip. So it's just kind of a dangle too. A little more elaborate. It just depends on what you want to do. You can have it simple, or you can do something fancier. This one, I used one of the eye pins on this top part, And then I attached these 3 other beads with the other head pin and just connected it there by doing the turn on it. And it's just on a small paper clip. And this one I put some curls on it and put beads on the ends. And it's just on there by itself, so it's just kind of swinging loose. But once they're on the page, it kind of holds it in place. So that's something to keep in mind about that. Maybe you're not into beads. Another thing you can use are seashells. And these are some that I picked up on the beach at Gulf Shores. And my sister-in-law told me that these little holes that are in these are made by some little sea animal that attaches to the shells and goes in through the shell and unfortunately kills the animal that the shell belonged to. But it makes a perfect way to put them on a paper clip, or another way, I've tied them onto a journal page before too. This one I tied them into the tassel. Just tied the string through those holes. And there's that one. So I had several like that. This one, I put a charm on it and used beads on it. So that's another way you can decorate them, is to put a charm on it. And this one just has the bead glued to the end of it. Those are some ways to use the paper clips. I thought I'd do one of these with these jump rings. I hope this is big enough to work, but we'll see. What you need to do is open it up. And the way you do that is hold it with your pliers and take another pair. These are ones that just have a single loop on them. And you twist them in opposite directions so that you have an opening there. And then you can just attach whatever you are putting on there. Might be pretty to have a pearl on there on the inside of the shell, but we'll just go with this. And then I don't have it all the way closed yet. It should close back up together, but sometimes it's a little contrary, or a lot contrary. Okay, so that one can go on. We'll just put it on this gold paper clip here. And you can add a bead too if you want to add that on I tried to get one on the jump ring, but it was not working for me today, so I just left it off. But that's another thing that you could add to your junk journal if you wanted to. Other clips that you can add things to would be these little bulldog clips. Probably need a big jump ring to make that work. These are larger jump rings, and I can use one of these to attach it. We could add maybe just a bead, just the one thing, and I'm going to bend this over. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off and attach this to the jump ring, and then attach it to the clip. Okay, I actually do it this way. This one's just the one big bead on here. Same thing with this big jump ring. You just want to open it up a little bit, and then you can slide it onto the clip there. Oops. And I'm going to put this on this side, like that, and then just close that back up again. This is a little hard to work with because that clip is getting in the way, but you just want to slide it back together. One thing you don't want to do is open it up this way, where that is opened. Instead of it being a ring like this, it's open out this way. You don't want to do that. You want to open it this way, where when you put it back together, it just has a better chance of matching up than the other way. It's really hard to get them in the right place the other way. And you can also put a bead on this jump ring. Since it's big, let's do that. Find one of these that's kind of the same color. Well, maybe that's more the same color. Yeah. If you buy these glass beads in multicolors, then you have lots of different choices to have. And I'm going to put that on here. And then I'm going to close this back again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that bead over the place where those two ends of the jump ring come together. Just with a little bit of E6000 here. And I've got to find the place where there's where the ring comes together. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this glue on that. Hopefully that's enough. And slide the bead up over that so that it stays in place over the connection there. So then you have a little fancy bulldog clip. Let me just show you some of the other ones I've done in the past. This little book is one I made early on, and I used one of these kind of clips. This is binder clip, I think is what these are called. That you have the clip and you do it that way. And what I did, I just added this bead onto a jump ring, and I added this little key onto another jump ring so that it's on the clip there. And then it's just, when I clip the book back together, it just appears on the front of the book. This one, I put a bell on that same kind of clip, but I put it on a bulb pin and tied a little ribbon on it, and then put the bulb pin on the clip. It's a Christmas journal. I thought the bell was cute on that. Some other kinds of clips you can use. These paper clips are covered with plastic, and I just slid a bead onto the end of that one. You could glue it down with the E6000 if there's still some sticky here. I don't know. E6000 doesn't have much leeway for you. You just need to work with it. Work by its requirements. It dries fast, and once it's dry, it's dry. You can add charms. This is just a little set of charms. It was a mega pack from Walmart also. And it's got some little sea creatures. There's a seahorse and a turtle and like a dolphin and seashell and some things. This one had hearts in it. This one had there's some that say peace, love, handmade, thank you, etc. And that's a compass and a little safety pin. So you can get those kind of charms. You can find things at thrift stores to use to put charms on your paper clips with, or on your binder clips. But anyway, I just thought you might like some ideas of ways to add some jewelry to your junk journals. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.